Yo, 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 what's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Symph-Eeze. Hope everybody out there doing good. Gonna get right to it. There's a horrible narrative that I want to kind of dispel or even speak about to y'all out there. And that narrative within hip hop is that Nasir Jones, Nasty Nas, Escobar, whatever you want to call him, chooses whack beats. And I'm trying to figure out where did that come from, because if you know anything about Nas and this whole discography, going back from Illmatic, Stillmatic, I Am, even Nostradamus, which is very critically acclaimed, but it's not as bad as we thought it was upon release. As you mature, it does sound a bit better. But let's go down this whole discography, and I'm trying to figure out where did this whole notion begin that he chooses whack beats. Illmatic is a classic, right? Top tier producers. And we're not just going off names. They gave him their best work as far as production goes, musically. It was written, in some people's opinion, is a much better album than Illmatic. All right? I Am, released maybe around 98, 99. That album aged better than most albums that released that year. You gotta keep in mind that a lot of us love the vinyl sound and chopping up samples and loops, break beats. Around that time, that was the keyboard era, you know what I'm saying? So things switched up, so things became a little bit lighter, the drums weren't heavy, it wasn't bass driven. But if you go back and listen to that album now, I guarantee it, if you A and B'd it to another album that released that same year, I Am, production-wise and song value-wise, it's better than the majority of those albums that was released that same year. Nostradamus, not his greatest work, but beat-wise, I would say 70 to 75% of the beats are pretty decent. It's not bad beats. What's next? Where we at? Stillmatic, you gonna front on that production too? Godson, quality production. Not a big fan of Eminem's production overall, but what he contributed was fairly decent. The album as a whole, something you can't front on. So I'm trying to figure out why do people constantly state that Nas can't choose beats. And if the beats are not bad, I want you in the comment section to tell me what album and which track. Because if he dropped 12 tracks on an album and you can only tell me it's one or two beats that's whack on an album, that's a great percentage, because everybody is not going to bat 1,000. For whatever reason, it just seemed like that man, he's very polarizing, and his personality doesn't really lend anyone to behave in that way, because he's laid back, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really running his mouth too much. He just shows up to work, release, and keep it moving. But for whatever reason, people love to nitpick his work. We already hear people nitpicking King Disease 1 and 2. Bruh, who cares which one is better? It's his work. But I know I'm getting off topic a little bit. I'm going on a tangent, but let me know. Everyone says, well, most people say he can't choose beats. Which album had whack beats? And don't just tell me which album. I want to know how many songs were whack and which songs resulted in whack beats. Because it's easy to say anyone got whack beats. Because I'm starting to feel like a lot of you fans out there not even listening to the music. Sounding like disgruntled critics hours within a release, tearing down artists as if they didn't put their pain into that music, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta sit with it. Go back and listen to some of those albums, man. We already know the first two are classic. I love I Am, it aged wonderfully. Go listen to that album and compare it to all that music that was dropped around 98, 99. You're gonna be surprised. Nostradamus, probably his weakest album, but production-wise, it wasn't bad. So I ask again, if Nasir Jones selected so many bad beats, you out there, those who feel that way, should be in the comment section letting me know which albums and which songs. Because when you keep a narrative like that going, it seems to be a point that you make in every debate, but you don't have any concrete evidence to lend to your thought process, you sound like a hater. So once again, I ask, is your boy Ease? Comment section. If Nas Jones, if you believe he selects whack beats, which project are you relating or are you talking about, and which songs in particular? And then we're gonna take those songs and we're gonna figure out how many songs were on that album. And based upon that percentage, I guess we'll determine whether or not they were whack beats. Because like I stated before, if it's 12 tracks on the album and there's only 2 whack beats, I don't want to hear about him selecting whack beats. That's a great percentage. Because everybody can't bat 1,000 every time. And we're talking about a man who has more than one classic under his belt, so he does deserve that leeway, right? But who am I to state it, man? It's your boy Ease, man. I'm signing off. Let me know what you think or believe or know in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. My rant is over. Y'all be good out there. Go get yours.